So my voice is definitely showing up as what a fun opportunity I had to pour in to 200. I was with 250 entrepreneurs, and I was able to break out of my house here in Puerto Rico. I moved here 3 months ago with 10 suitcases, and it has been an incredible opportunity for learning, for growth, and an opportunity to really connect with some other incredible entrepreneurs here in Puerto Rico. So when you are open for opportunities, I think anything could be possible, and you never know what life is going to bring you. This morning, for those of you who don't know, I am a life and fitness coach, emotional intelligence coach, and consultant as well. And my mission is to help empower everyone on the planet put themselves and their health first for just 34 minutes a day, so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. And this morning, I taught a 30-minute boot camp on the beach here in Puerto Rico, and we did a 24-card pickup. And I think there's a lot of life lessons that can be extracted from every single interaction, right? So I do more than just fitness. I put the human behavior and psychology and emotional intelligence into the health and wellness space. And so what I did this morning, we did a 24-card pickup workout. It's 30 minutes, including warm up and cool down. And I shuffled the deck, right? So a lot of times my workouts, I design it so I know what's coming up, and everyone else kind of knows the system and the routine. And sometimes we can shake things up and we can learn some incredible things. So I shook things up. I shuffled the deck, just like life, just like each and every day. We shuffle the deck every single day, every single week. It's a new deck, right? Every single day, it's a new deck. And we never know what card is going to be flipped. And it was really cool. I love to do this particular design of the workout. All of my workouts are different. We shake it up. We shuffle the deck. But today's workout in particular was a really great life lesson to say, okay, I don't know what card is going to be flipped next, but I'm still going to show up no matter what. And I'm going to go all in no matter what is going to come our way. I am a recovering perfectionist, overcoming perfectionist. And I used to have it all figured out. And I used to have to have everything perfect. And right now I'm like literally still coming in from the workout and didn't even shower, no makeup. I'm showing up in the messy middle just as I am. So I love to help other people do the same. And so today's message, I want to come to you with regards to bursting out of cabin fever. Now, I just spent the last 7 days on a cruise ship in a cabin, really small. And I really wanted to explain some of those experiences here today, but also it is, the middle of March now. I still can't believe, I feel like it was just New Year's Eve, but literally 3 months has gone by from the start of this year. And some of you may be living in cold places or spaces, and you're feeling a little lethargic, kind of lost that love and feeling, that zest. Some of our goals maybe kind of fell to the wayside. Our health and fitness, perhaps. We said we were going to, work out and clean, eat better and less alcohol and all these things. And here we are in March, and we're right at the brink of where winter meets spring. And a lot of times this is a really difficult part of life or part of the year for many people. After, the hustle and bustle of the holidays, and then the New Year's, and then Valentine's Day, if you celebrate that, we're coming up into this, like what I call the messy middle. It's like where you're coming out of a place and then you're going into something exciting, when you have to kind of just be. And so a lot of times in the month of March, particularly going into the beginning of April, is when a lot of people have cabin fever. And what I find as a fitness and life coach is that a lot of times people don't understand what is actually happening in their body and their nervous system, of why this is happening. So I just want to slow down the brain, slow down the process, and hopefully give you some things to consider and think about, and maybe some tactical tools and tangible things that you can do and implement into your life today. So this isn't really overly complicated. And so I'm not trying to, this isn't anything new, but hopefully in our Health as Wealth segment, each and every Monday here in the Cruise Beyond Limits world and over on Breakfast of Champions and Clubhouse, that this is just a nice quick reminder to slow down, take some time for yourself and your health. And it's worth it so that you can pour into everything and everyone else. Because a lot of times our health and wellness takes a back burner because we're loving and caring and beautiful creatures. We want to pour into everyone else. And then we're like, what the heck is happening when we get sick or when illness or when, all of a sudden we have this anxiety that comes out of nowhere, or we're feeling depleted or lost or overwhelmed or sad and depressed. And just that a lot of times we don't understand what's happening. So how to burst free of the cabin fever. I want to give you 3 tips today. So if you take notes or if you're catching up in the comments, I know my incredible team is on here answering questions, sharing links. So if you're catching this live, either in Clubhouse or over on the platforms, make sure you say #live, engage. We want to engage with you. I want to answer questions. I want to give you 3 tips. I want to open up the stage for those of you that are on Clubhouse. And if you're catching this on replay, make sure you're saying #replay, and I want to connect with you after this. Let's get you moving. So tip number 1, get moving. So a body in motion stays in motion. A lot of people are like, Crystal, how do you get all that energy? And I don't know how you did it. Well, my voice is saying it right now, how I was able to continue to go. It was an incredible week on the cruise ship. So it was a Virgin Voyager. It was the Virgin Cruise Line, came out of Puerto Rico, and we went to 5 or 6 different countries every single day. And we were in team building sessions. We were in presentations from the incredible speakers that were on the cruise ship. We had networking events. We had meetups. We had adventure. We were on the dance floor till all hours of the night. We were having such an incredible time connecting with other like-minded people. There were 250 entrepreneurs on this boat. And people are like, Crystal, how do you go nonstop for that long? Literally. We were on the dance floor till sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I was teaching a workout on the ship, on the deck, right at sunrise at 7 a.m. every single day. Crystal, how do you do what you do? And so I'm here to tell you the system is not to burn the oil at both ends. I do it because for a short period of time, but I've been able to train my body and my nervous system to endure and have a set of non-negotiables that will build the energy that will create a healthy system and a routine for me so that I have more energy to pour into other things and other people. Okay, so this energy just doesn't arrive. The endurance just doesn't show up. We have to build on the skill. We build the endurance. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a marathon runner, an ultra marathon runner. I've run 26 marathons in a 50-mile race. And I don't say that to brag. I just say that I have literally worked this system and had to design a system of non-negotiables. And our body is it's like a vehicle. We have to top up our fluids. We have to check under the oil. We have to take inventory of what's happening in our body. And we have to move it. All right. So I say, so many people are like, I can't get started. I'm too tired. I don't work out in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I think you need to challenge yourself to say, you know what? What if I just started moving? What if I just took that one first step? And it might be scary, of course, because the body and the brain wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you comfortable. Okay, so of course it's going to be hard. But taking that first step, sometimes just lacing up, putting your shoes on, or I bought a new pair of shorts. So sometimes I'm not saying you have to buy a whole new wardrobe, but sometimes those little things can inspire you to get out the door. Maybe it's a new pop of color. Maybe it's a new pair of shorts. Maybe it's a new pair of running shoes. Get out and move. I'm going to give you some tips here today. So moving your body. It could be a simple walk around the park or go around maybe you work at in a business, right? Get out and go the other way. Go to a different bathroom. Get some extra steps. You never know what's possible. But get your body moving because it changes the chemicals in your brain. And I teach 30-minute high-intensity interval training and kickboxing sessions. So it makes it very efficient. 30 minutes, including warm-up and cool-down. No equipment. And we do this first thing in the morning before our body figures out what the heck is going on, right? So we are so accomplished and efficient in our body and in our nervous system, right? We're like, all right, we're getting it moving. And then we have this energy to us. We have this feeling of accomplishment, that we have challenged ourselves and we've accomplished so much. And that, my friends, is the energy that we're actually looking for. Yes, we tend to shed the pounds and feel better and feel slimmer or feel more toned or look more toned and feel better in our clothes. Yes, that is a great, another side effect of you showing up and moving your body. But it's a science to it, right? We have to move and flow the energy through our body to be able to recognize that if we just let things pile up and we don't flush out the gunk, we have to move. We have to move things through. Otherwise, we're going to be stressed and overwhelmed and anxiety, and it's all going to pile up. And that's when we implode, right? We tend to isolate, and that's where the cabin fever comes from, right? Especially when we're going through hard things or grieving, in my case, right? We're going through hard things, we're grieving, we're growing, all vain. And a lot of times when we don't fully process our emotions and we don't blow off steam, and we don't move our body, we tend to isolate and cocoon and shrink and then feel more and more isolated and alone. So moving your body is a great way to get out and move and feel accomplished and do something great for yourself and process. So I love to run. I love to teach. I love to coach. And so a lot of times it helps our brain process and move through our body and the thoughts and the emotions and the challenges and the blame and the shame and the guilt and the overwhelm and all the things that hold us back from our daily life. So in this morning's workouts, when I picked a card, right? I picked a card and it was like, okay, we're doing hearts. So hearts was a high knee run for 30 seconds. I didn't know what the next exercise was going to be, but I'm like, I'm going all in for 30 seconds because I know that this movement is my medicine. I'm going to feel so accomplished because I didn't know what was coming and I accomplished it anyways. And I still showed up. Imagine if you took this energy into everything else that you do, into your family, into your relationships, into your business, into your fitness. Imagine what could be possible. So this isn't just I'm not just a cute fitness coach and something that, with abs and energy. There's life lessons that are underlying in everything that I do. So getting moving is not just a quick, fitness program for 30 minutes. It's much more than that. There's a psychology to it of moving your brain and your spaghetti brain and sorting things out and showing up healthy, strong, passionate, and purposeful. Okay, so we take this energy into everything else that we do. And I don't know who said it, but it's a common phrase that says, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not moving your body every single day, and we're just pushing through other parts of our life, and we're not taking care of ourselves, then we're missing the boat, right? Because you want this energy, you want this passion, you want this movement, you want this flow, you want this abundance, you want the results, right? But there's no easy button. There's no quick fix. So we just got to keep moving. We got to keep leaning in. We got to keep challenging ourselves, and we have to move. I want to pause there. Do we have any thoughts or questions from the stage here on Clubhouse? I see Jessica. I'm sure you have a lot. Araya is here. Jenny, Renee. Who would like to speak or share? Anything to add? Okay, looks like we might be multitasking. All right, feel free to raise your hand if you have something to share. Jessica.
Hey, Crystal.
Hello, beautiful.
Jessica.
Hi.
Just wanted to thank you for the explanation behind the why of cabin fever. It makes so much sense, and you're giving practical tools of how to just be able to manage that. And movement is just so much. I just love how much you incorporated movement in general into all the work that you do, and you make it really easy for people to start somewhere, especially if they've been in that cocoon. You've been there, you know the manageable steps. And so I just want to share gratitude.
Thank you, Jessica. Great to have you here. Love having you on every Monday, seeing your beautiful face and hearing your voice. I'm going to turn my do not disturb on real quick just to make sure getting buzzing. So forgive me. I apologize if that has been distracting. We love technology, and we show up no matter what. When it's messy, when it's ugly, when technology is not always on our side. Fun fact: this morning, during the workout, the music paused and it skipped to the next section or to the next song in the middle, and I didn't even touch it. So I have an iPad and I travel around with a tripod and my speaker, and I travel the world and I give my clients different backdrops, right? And so I have this iPad where I thank you so much, Annette, for your feedback. I travel around and I have my iPad sitting underneath this tree where I had my setup. I always say it's no fancy studio, and today was no different. The music skipped and I'm like, who's changing my music? I turn over and there's no one there like messing with my music. And I look down at the screen and there's bird poop on my iPad, which totally skipped the music to the next section. And it could have knocked me off my game. And I just laugh, right? And so how we navigate the things in life, whether it be technology or bird poop on the screen, or the internet stops working, or something's buzzing, this is all part of emotional intelligence. How we respond when things go wrong, when things are 100%, when you don't know who's coming up next on Clubhouse and you're like, all right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving. This is just life, right? And as we flip the script on life and we flip that next page, we flip that next card, we don't know what's coming, right? So this is a whole nother thing. I can have a whole nother segment on this. I think we tend to, I get 2 segments. So maybe we can do a whole nother segment on this afterwards. But I think many times we all feel like we are fortune tellers. I used to be like this, right? I used to be like, I know what, plan A and B and C and a caveat to that. And then there's a side branch of like, if that goes wrong, then I'm going to do this and it's going to be certain. And the future is certain. And I know exactly how it's going to be. And what I found is that when I'm a fortune teller, when I think I can predict the future, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, he's like, knock, knock. You thought you had it all figured out? We're going to pull the carpet under you just to make sure that you understand you are not that powerful, my friend. You are not that important. You are not that powerful. And actually, you're not in charge. And you're not really in that much control. So all you can do is control the way that you respond, the way you react, the way you pivot, and the way that you bounce back. Definition of resilience, right? The ability to bounce back and navigate the stressors and pressures of life. And so we can do it with such love and grace and movement. And so this is where my passion lies. And so I am no different. So I'm really just a vessel, and I'm constantly being challenged and constantly being challenged and changed, and I'm constantly evolving. So I am no expert here, just navigating life just right with you. And I could have sworn, I could have been like, what the heck, da, 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 right? So whether it's whatever it is that life is going to throw at you today, I want you to handle it with such love and grace and space for you to just keep moving and keep growing and recognize that you are not in control, my friends, and we don't have it all figured out. And I know I moved to Puerto Rico 3 months ago with 10 suitcases, and on my computer screen here is no expectations. Releasing the need to have it all figured out. Releasing the need to have the end game in mind all the time and the outcome in mind. I went on a cruise ship last week. I've never been on a cruise. I never met any of the people that I was on the cruise with. And I was open for opportunity without any expectations. So when was the last time you went into an opportunity and an experience, and you just have the ability to just be and go all in and say, you know what? I don't have it figured out. We're going to see. We're going to find out. And I have this big smile on my face because I've been implementing this mentality into my life for many, many years. And it is so beautiful. When we put ourselves in boxes, we create walls, which limits the ability for us to connect with other people. Okay. So I need you to get out and connect. So tip number 2 is connection. So how to break free from cabin fever. If you're just joining us, hello, welcome. Okay. So I'm also streaming this live over on my other platforms. I'm in my free community, the Health is Wealth community. That's what's pinned up here in Breakfast with Champions. I'm live over on Clubhouse. I'm in LinkedIn and over on YouTube. Right. So if you ever want access to this, you take notes. Please let me know how I can support you. I'd love to connect, because connection, we are not meant to do life alone. When we're going through hard things and we are open for opportunity, we're going to be challenged. There's going to be mountains to climb, and we're going to feel very alone. There have been several times in my life where I have cocooned, where I have felt alone. I have felt stressed and overwhelmed and depressed and anxiety and guilt and shame and blame and overwhelm. And that's the space where we isolate. Okay. So if you're going through hard things, we might feel like we're the only ones going through it. But trust me, my friends, the human race has been around a long time. I'm sure you're not the first one, and you're not the only one going through what you're going through. Now, your experience, your personality, your the situation you're in right now is unique to you. Yes, there is no other divine interaction that's happening in your body and in your life and your nervous system exactly the way that you are experiencing it. I get that. But there's other people that have been through similar things that can help you, that want to help you. So especially if you've been betrayed or hurt or abandoned, those can have some, those can create some more walls, right? And fear and anxiety from connecting. And that creates a barrier, right? So I think the more that we can say, you know what, I am not alone in this. There are other people. There are great people out there that want to help me. Who is it? Who in my network can I reach out to? Or do I need a coach? Do I need a therapist? Do I need someone in my network? So there's several ways that you can connect. So if you're isolating, you're finding yourself isolating, or you're feeling like blah, or you're feeling just like you're going through the motions, or like just another day, just getting by, can't wait till Friday. I hear that all the time. Can't wait till Friday. Every day for me now is a Friday. I don't even know what that is anymore. So how can you make sure that you are living a zestful life, that you're excited with purpose and passion each and every day, that you honor and own each day? And Brendan Burchard is one of my mentors, and he says, own the day. Did I matter? Did I love? Did I have purpose? So each and every day, you can wake up with purpose and strive to thrive in your life, instead of being in a reactionary mode and letting that pass you by. Okay, so if you're feeling like you're on this like hamster wheel and you're just kind of surviving and you're like just going through the motions and you haven't felt that sense of thrival in your life, perhaps you're missing some connection. Perhaps you need just a little, someone else in your corner to just ignite that little fire and that spark within you. And someone told me earlier today, they're like, you're like this spark and this energy. You're like in a snow globe of, and I imagine your sparkle is like pink sparkles and glitter. And you're like in this snow globe that you just travel all over with your globe and your sparkles and your energy. And you just share a little bit of sparkle everywhere you go. That's what I do. And that's how I'm able to connect with others. And I know that that's the impact that I need. The more that I isolate, I can't shine. I can't share my sparkle. Just like you all have your own unique shine, your own unique sparkle. And my brand is actually a diamond. So this is my Crystal Clear Life Planner. It's a 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. So this maps out my system, and there's a big diamond on here because we shine bright like a diamond, right? So there's many sides to us where we get to shine in different areas of our life. And we get to sparkle and spread that shine. So navigating your own strengths and your unique talents to be able to share them with the world and not be afraid, not playing small, not just surviving, not just going through the motions, not just a job, not just a title, not just a mom. You're not just anything. You're a human being, and you deserve to live and thrive in your life and feel alive in your life. Live life in full color, not just black and white as Netflix is watching you. I don't have a television and I don't even have a couch because I'm out exploring life. I'm on my patio here in Puerto Rico on the beach. I'm exploring all the parts of the world because there's a big world out there and there's so many people that we get to connect with. Okay, so it's possible. And even you may not be an extrovert, you might not be that sparkly butterfly that you see in me, but you too get to connect. And maybe you're an introvert, and that's okay. If you're not sure what you are, an introvert or an extrovert, let's have a conversation. Let's understand the unique talents that you have. This is what I love to do. I love to ignite the fire and the spark that's within you. And that takes connection. It takes a little vulnerability. It takes asking yourself and getting curious of what are your strengths? What is your personality type? Yes, you can be successful as an introvert. Yes, you can connect with other people as an introvert. Introvert or an extroversion is how you energize and how you recharge, right? And so how do you navigate relationships and being out in the community or in networking events or on a cruise ship for 7 days, for instance? I need to recharge, but I also recharge by connection. So I know that my unique personality type, my temperament, so I'm a temperament instructor too, so I facilitate conversations and team building activities to help understand people's communication style and personality style so that we can navigate life and we don't feel so weird. Because people, and I'll tell you a quick story, early on, for those of you who don't know, I'm in the military and I've been in for 22 years and I'm about to retire in 30 days, less than 30 days, April 15th. So as I end retirement, I've been able to navigate 22 years of being a high energy. I'm a former NFL cheerleader, high energy, professional athlete, professional dancer. I wear many hats and many roles. Now an entrepreneur with a lot of energy and a lot of zest for life and passion and purpose and health and helping people. I'm 5 foot, 4'11" and 3/4 actually. So I'm a small human. And people are like, you're like the snow globe of sparkle. And like, you don't quite fit in. And for so many years, people were like, you're too much. I can't talk to you. Like, you're too energetic. I have to have 2 cups of coffee before I talk to you. You're like this crazy runner girl. You're so energetic. You're so peppy. You're so perfect. You're so this, you're too that. Blah, blah, blah. And I heard that for many, many years. And so there, I found myself cocooning and just enduring and just doing things and not sharing and not connecting and not sharing my story. And I would sacrifice pieces of myself to dull the sparkle, to dull the side of the diamond that shines, to fit in to spaces and places where I didn't think I belonged. My energy didn't belong. And there's so many areas that, places and spaces that, we want to fit in. We want to get along. We want to be liked. We want to feel understood and valued and like we belong. Those are basic human needs, right? And so when we hear these things, we tend to that's our inner chatter that says, no, maybe just don't be too much here. Don't rock the boat there. Don't set boundaries here. Right. And so over time, we learn, our body learns to compartmentalize and our body learns to shut parts of ourselves down. How cool would it be to embrace all parts of yourself? And this has been a beautiful exploration of the dialed in, the professional, the focused, the intense, masculine energy, along with the femininity and the play and the fun that I have and the zest for life and passion and energy. How am I able to navigate all this? It's because I'm understanding the parts of my nervous system, the parts of my personality, and I get to connect with more people by understanding and being more vulnerable to all parts of me and falling in love with all parts of me. And this is the work that I do to help show you what's possible. And so connection is very important because what happened over time when I kept hearing you're too this, you're too that, it shut me down. It kept me playing small. I was in cabin fever for many, many years. I was in a cage and I felt like a cage. People would call me a caged pit bull because they're like, you're like a caged animal. Literally, people would tell me that. Imagine what that does to your psyche and your nervous system, right? You start to believe it. And then we get in our own thoughts and we start to believe the stories that we tell ourselves. Those are all lies. All lies. And so when I started to connect and start to get vulnerable, and people would ask me, hey, why is it that you're so driven? Why is it that you do what you do? Why is it that, you're so good at coaching and emotional intelligence and you see me and you're so grounded? Crystal, you're so grounded. Your life flipped upside down about 6 months ago. How are you able to stand on your 2 feet right now? How are you able to do what you do and have the zest and energy and endure? And this is what I love to connect, how I love to connect with other people, to show you all the tools that I've developed. So what can you do right now to connect? Reach out to someone you haven't reached out to in a while. Ask for help. Send me a message, right? If my message resonates with you, there's a reason. If I'm piercing your heart right now, there's a reason. We're meant to be in this life together. We are not meant to do this life alone. And it's a courageous act to reach out and ask for help. I spent way too long in the fetal position, stressed and overwhelmed and isolated in cabin fever like a caged animal in a caged pit bull. And when I started to understand what was happening and that I needed to develop some set of tools to navigate all parts of me so I can shine bright like a diamond and be here powerfully, passionate, purposeful, and living a life that I don't have to vacation from, that's the true freedom. So get out there and connect with someone. Send a message to someone you haven't talked to in a while. It might be scary. In my programs, we have a 48-hour rule where we don't go more than 48 hours without reaching out. We have an accountability system put in place. I have mentors in my program, in our community, to be able to reach out and help you, right? And know that you have a place in a space that's going to be there to support you. When life flipped upside down 6 months ago for me, I knew I had a tribe of people that have my back, that are there to support me and cheer me on. But it was only because I was vulnerable and I leaned into the community and I leaned into the support before I needed it. So I knew I had the connections, and it wasn't until it was too late. Because there were many times where I waited till it was too late to ask for help. And I started to learn that I needed a system and I needed a community before I needed it. Called life. And we're not meant to do it alone. So connect, connect, connect. Right? Take an online class, join a community, join a workshop, right? Invite other people that maybe have been isolating, connect with them and say, you know what? I see you. We're all navigating hard things and you're not alone. Sometimes just being there, being a great listener and holding the space and not having to fix it all, just saying, you know what? I see you. We all put our pants on today. We're all just trying to navigate this hard thing called life. So do what you can to combat the isolation. Yes, I see you. You're a beautiful soul. Make sure, if you're over at Facebook, make sure you hit the StreamYard link so that I can see who you are, so that when I go live, I'm able to see you and connect with you. Connection is huge. We can't put ourselves on pedestals, right? Everyone is navigating. We're all human beings going and growing through life. All right. So connect with someone, reach out. And when you see someone struggling, say, you know what? I see you. I'm here for you. What can I do to support you? And you never know what's possible. And don't be afraid. You don't have to have all the answers. Just hold the space. Sometimes people just need to feel heard and validated in their feelings and their emotions and what they're going through. Okay. And the more that we can listen and hold the space and stay grounded and not be afraid of what's going to come out, the more that you're able to connect and see the beauty of the human race. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, third tip for today, is to embrace nature. Highly recommend. Get out there and embrace nature. There's a beautiful world out there. I just went on a cruise ship and we went to a different country every single day. And I got out there and I'll tell you, out of all the excursions and all the things that I did this past week, I mean, we did a lot. But the one day that really stood out to me and that was the most powerful was when I did a solo hike in St. Lucia. And I climbed these mountains and I got out into nature. I got out to these mountains and away from the noise. And not that it was, I mean, it was noisy because there were a lot of people. There were over 2,500 people on this boat. And fun fact, there were 1,200 workers on the cruise ship. 1,200 workers for 25, I think it was 2,500 people total. Anyways, there's a lot of workers, a lot of noise, a lot of logistics, a lot of things happening on this ship. It's like a moving hotel, like it's a whole city. It still blows my mind that this thing is possible. But the one that really stood out to me was when I was on a solo hike in the mountains. I was out there in nature. I was able to shut down the noise and be alone in my thoughts and reflect and celebrate and honor all the things that are happening around me and just be present and mindful and take in the nature and the beauty of what's around and not moving so fast and like blah, 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 blah. I like literally it was one step. It was a 2-hour hike. I climbed these mountains, and yes, it was hard. Climbed these boulders. And then I came down the mountain and I sat on a swing for probably a good 45 minutes after that. I sat on a swing by the ocean on this beach in St. Lucia. And I just took in the beauty, just me. I didn't talk to anybody. I did talk to one person. They took a picture of me at the top of the mountain, but there weren't that many people climbing this mountain. And it's such a great analogy for life, right? When you think about a personal growth journey, when you think about getting curious about who you are and what you're put on this earth to do, sometimes it's a lonely journey and we tend to isolate, but sometimes we do need that time alone as well. So it is a fine balance of that love and grace and space and giving yourself the gift to quiet the noise just enough to reflect and celebrate where you're currently at, not where you need to go, not all the opinions and the noise and the chatter and the inner critic, and just really quieting and narrowing down what it is that you desire for your life. And for me, nature and water does that. So figure out where that is for you. For me, it's on a beach. I can sit on the side of the beach and watch the ocean, watch the waves, listen to it. And it is it's centering for me. It's grounding. It's a place for me that I'm able to connect. That's why I love to run on the beach, run the ocean. So get out and enjoy the outdoors, to be able to balance and center yourself and ground yourself in nature. And also see that there's such a beautiful world out there. There's so much more than the stress and overwhelm. It's the chatter that's in our brain, or the relationships, or the challenges that you have right now. The world is so much bigger. Get some fresh air, get some sunshine and some vitamin D, especially for those of you that are out in the Northeast or you're in cold areas, or if you haven't left your house. I've been working from home for 7 years from a small bedroom, or challenged like just a little corner of a hotel room, or the corner of the living room, or maybe on my balcony, right? Traveling all over the world. I take my laptop, my tripod, and I've been a remote worker since 2017, well before COVID. It's easy to isolate. So for those of you who have pivoted to home working is home. It's hard, right? And so back to climbing the mountain, recognize where you're tending to isolate, but also get curious and don't be afraid to spend that time and quiet the noise. But get out and enjoy nature, enjoy the world's beauty, because it is a gift to be able to, I designed this, of course, to be able to work from home and navigate life and get out and see the world and also do this powerful work. But these are hard things, right? And so personal development is a lonely journey. And so it can feel very uncomfortable. It can feel like you're climbing a mountain, and it can feel like you're climbing a mountain alone. But what was really cool is that there was a very few people up there climbing that same mountain because it was hard. And only 2 or 3% of the population actually does personal growth and development and entrepreneurship. And so it is going to feel lonely. It is going to feel lonely at the top. It is going to feel like you're climbing and you're the only one, and you're like scaling these boulders and you're sweating and drooling and swearing, and like you feel like you can't take one last breath. And then you do. And then there's someone at the top of that mountain that made it, that just there before you. And they say, hey, give me your hand. I'm going to help you. No one further along than you is going to judge you. They're going to reach out their hand and they're going to say, you know what? I got you. Let me help you shorten that time period of self-doubt and overwhelm. And yes, it's lonely at the top, and there may be only a couple people because this is tough stuff. But we do hard things and we don't have to do life alone. So my friends, this is what it's all about. The connection, the movement, getting out in nature, get some sunshine, especially if you haven't had some sunshine and some vitamin D. Get some fresh air. Get out, have a dance party, go for a walk, get out in nature. So how to break free from cabin fever? We move our body, we connect, and we embrace nature and the beauty of life. We sometimes need to quiet the noise. So it's a balance of love and grace and connection, but also internal reflection. So this is a beautiful dance. And as a former NFL cheerleader and professional dancer, I love to dance and navigate the stressors of life and help you do the same. So with that, I would love to pause to see if anybody else here on stage wants to chime in, ask any questions, reflections, and I'll be catching up with the comments as well. And then we're going to close out. So any questions or reflections from anyone here on Clubhouse? Let's see. Okay. I don't think anyone's coming on live. So today we are kicking off the next Bombshell Bootcamp. It's a free 5-day course that I do once a month. Today, this version of the Bombshell Bootcamp for March Madness is breaking free of cabin fever. So we're going to spend an hour each day. So from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time every single day this week, I'm going to take you through my 5 core competencies, the 5 ways to have courageous confidence during seasons of change. And it's I just published Amazon bestseller book. It's The Road to Resilience, How to Have Courageous Confidence in Seasons of Change, where I map out the 5 ways. So this 5-day course goes along with the book. The book has great journal prompts in there. It is on Amazon. We'll drop the link or send me a message. I'd be happy to get you access to any of my resources. So I have several different resources to be able to meet you where you're at. We have the 5-day Bombshell Bootcamp, which is every day this week. Over in my free community, it's the Health is Wealth community for busy people. So I love to come to you with tangible, tactical tools to be more efficient, to thrive in life and not survive. All right, because your health is your wealth. We have the Crystal Clear Life Planner, 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. And I actually coming out with a men's tactical life planner. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of men in my life that have been adopting a lot of these tools and skills. And it is so powerful to watch everyone learn and grow and see what's possible. So we have a couple tools. I also have a new launch of a collaboration book. It's the Leave No Military Spouse Behind book. That's coming out, I think May 1st is that one. So stay tuned for that. Lots of incredible things to look forward to. So when we think about breaking free from cabin fever, I would love to connect with you. I would love to get you moving. And I was going to say something else. Oh, find something, design your life. What are you excited for? Okay. What are you excited for that you can break free from cabin fever? Just having something on the calendar can excite you. Having something that you can consistently commit to can excite you again. So let's break free from cabin fever. Another announcement that I have on, I'm looking up my calendar, March 30th, Saturday morning, I'm doing my next vision board workshop. So I map out the 8 pillars of your life to be able to get excited about the things that you want to move through and set some tangible goals and take action on and feel really good about. And do some of this reflection. So it's a 2-hour workshop that I love to do. It is an incredible workshop and has changed so many people's lives. So I'll get you access to that. If you want to DM me the word vision board, it's a 2-hour workshop, and the replay will be available only for registered guests. So if you can't make it on March 30th, you can have access to the replay if you are registered. So I love doing that. I do that once a quarter. So I have my 5-day course this week. It's free over in my free community. We'll get you access to that. That starts in an hour. So I have to go get myself together and rest my voice so that I can pour into you. There's only one workout during the Bombshell Bootcamp, and that is Wednesday. On day 3, I do a snippet of the Cruise Beyond Limits workout system. So you get a little snapshot and a little taste of what that looks like. So it's an incredible system. So I can't wait to see you over there. And I'll see you next Monday in the Health is Wealth community. I love you all. I'm going to close the room here. If you have questions, you need support. If you're here on live, make sure you say #live. Invite people into our community. This is a movement. This is not multi-level marketing. This is no fad diet, no quick fix, no magic pill, no fancy studio. This is Cruise Beyond Limits, and it's a movement. It's a lifestyle, and we accelerate the change, and we live a fulfilling life by navigating the stressors and pressures, and we don't do it alone. We do it in a fabulous community, and we put ourselves and our health first for 34 minutes a day. That's what we're all about. So if this message resonates with you, please send me a message. I'd love to know what hits you, what lands with you, and what you're working on. So let's get moving. Let's grow and connect together. Let's get out there. Let's break free from cabin fever, and let's live the life that you desire. All right. I love you all. Have a great day. I'm going to close the room here in 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Cruise Beyond Limits, everyone.